Hello, and today we're going to investigate the extension of a sock. Now normally if we're in school we would investigate the extension of a spring, but we're not, so we're just going to do the best we can with what we have around the house. So I have a small sock, any sock at all that you think is a wee bit stretchy would be good, and a clothes peg, but if you don't have a clothes peg or a clothes rack like I have here, if you just get somebody to hold the sock for you, then you can carry out the same experiment. Now the other equipment I have is, first of all, a 30cm ruler and also some plums. Now if you don't have plums, you could use small oranges or small tomatoes. Anything in your house, doesn't have to be fruit or vegetables, that look to be about the same weight, and if you have about 7 or 8 of them, that's great. Okay, so let's get started. Now I also have a results table, okay, and you have one of those in your booklets. Looks fairly similar. I'm just going to draw your attention to the top line. So when the force is 0, I need to figure out what the extension of that sock is. At the minute I have no force added, so therefore my extension is actually 0. So I can write 0 the whole way along, because if there's no force added, then the sock hasn't actually been extended. So there's the start of my results table. Now let's do some measuring. So we have to measure the original length of the sock. So I'll take my ruler and measure from the top to the bottom, and I work out that my sock has an original length, so a length before it's extended, of 21.5 centimetres. So if you see, I've written that down at the bottom of my table, okay, and we'll need that later on. Okay, let's get started with the plums. So I take my first plum, here it is, and I pop it into my sock and hang it up again. There we go, and I measure from the top to the bottom of the sock, and I get my length to be 22.5 centimetres. Now, that's not what I'm going to write down in my results table. If we look at the bottom here, it says the extension is equal to the extended length minus the original length. So my extended length was 22.5 centimetres, and if I subtract the original length of 21.5 centimetres, then I actually write down that my extension is 1.0 centimetres. Just like that. But of course, I have to repeat for reliability. And if I measure that again, this time I get 22.6 centimetres. So 22.6 minus my original length will give me an extension of 1.1. And I just write that result down in my table like this. Now, I'll just show you what you do with your plums. So you just, every time you have to increase your weights, you just, sorry you didn't see that really, you just take your sock, put another plum inside it, and hang it up. So here I am with 2 plums, and I measure my length from top to bottom, right at the top where the clothes peg is, and this time I actually have a length of 23 centimetres. No, that can be right. Let's just check that again. 23.5. So 23.5. This time I have 2 plums in. Okay, so I'm going to write my result in here. But my extended length is 22.5, but then I subtract my original length of 21.5. So this time my extension for 2 plums is 2.0 centimetres. Now, what have I left out from the headings? I've actually left out the unit for the force. And we don't have ways to measure newtons at home. Well, we do, but there's lots of calculations, so I'm actually just going to write in plums. So, for my force in plums, and I'll plot my graph with my force measured in plums and my extension measured in centimetres. Okay, so I hope you have fun with that. Always repeat each measurement 3 times. Take an average at the end. Always make sure your average is close to the values of your extensions. And don't ever forget to subtract your original length from each of your length measurements. Okay, I hope you have fun. I know it's a bit random, but it's a good experiment to do, and we'd have lots of fun in school if we were doing it. Okay, Thank you. Bye bye.